it's Anja here. I'm back with another video for Ophelia Crafts. So this card is what I've called my screen card, and it represents the seasons. I used the Sheltering Tree stamp set, and in the background I used the dictionary stamp set because I am really digging this one for backgrounds. Now I made this screen card quite simply by cutting a piece of paper 12 by 12. I cut it in half and then I divided it into 4, and I made these with this punch, decorative label punch. So I'll be making this, most of it, I have already prepared something because otherwise it would take too long, but I will show you how I made the screen and how I'm doing the seasons as well. So I'm using the Sheltering Tree and the dictionary stamp. Let's put these away as well. And for making the feet, I've used the decorative label punch. So we have here a piece of paper which is 12 by 6, so that's just half of A4. Now I have used, for all the pictures, I have used a lot of colours and a lot of different combinations for each season, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I'm not making every season with you, I'm just making autumn with you because that's the most complicated one, but all the rest I will explain completely how to make it and exactly what you need as well. So this is your base card. Then you need, for your mat, you need 4 in crumb cake, I did them, of 2.5 by 5. No, sorry, 2 3/4 by 5, right? So this is 2 3/4 by 5, and then this is your mat that you're working on, and that's 2.5 by 4 3/4, and that then fits nicely onto there, and then this will fit nicely onto here as well. So what we first of all are going to do is do our scoring. So I've got my scoring tool here. We're going to put our card alongside on the top, and then we're going to score it at 3, 6, 9. That gives us our 4 seasons. Let me just put this out of the way. Okay. Then you're going to concertina fold it. So 1 up, 1 down, and 1 up, like that. And fold it nicely. And for some reason, you now have a little edge, so I'm just going to cut that off. I don't know why that happens, but it's got something to do with folding it. Right, so this is our card. Then you're going to take your punch, and I'm going to just into the second one, I'm going to punch in. Now you'll see that your punch is just as wide as your piece of paper here. So you're going to bring it in, make sure it's in the middle so that you have sort of an edge on either side, and you bring it in up to the middle point there. Can you see that? Up to that point there. So let me just concentrate and do that. Yeah, so that you put that there, and it's either side, yeah, and you punch. Okay, so this then is your template for the next one. So you bring that in and you line it up with what you've punched before, and you punch, and then you line it up again, but make sure you only have 2 pieces of paper in your punch, otherwise if you do hit both pieces of paper, otherwise it will be too much. So hopefully you're just punching 1 bit out each time. Okay, and then here, so really the screen itself is easily made with this punch and with scoring it. So you do need 12 by 12 paper though. If you don't have 12 by 12 paper, you could stick it together. You could stick 2 of them together from an A4 piece of paper. So there you go. So each of these is 6, obviously this is 6 by 3, okay, but we've taken off 1, so we have our panel, like I said, our panel is going to be 5, so the length is 5 by 2 3/4, and then our first mat is, or our mat that we're going to be stamping on, is 2.5 by 4 3/4, so it fits nicely, right? Now I've got my 4 mats here, but I only have 1 panel because obviously I've been stamping already on my other panels. So let me show you how I did my decorating of my panels. So let's put that to the side, this away as well. Okay, now I have made this contraption and it's going to help me to stamp my tree in exactly the same position for every little panel. So I'm only going to show you for one, but obviously it works for, you know, you just replace the piece of paper. Now normally I would be putting my piece of paper here, down here, so you have it, if you know that your piece of paper is here, you then put your stamp on top, you close the thing onto it, and then you know that your stamp is always going to be in the same place. But obviously because I'm going to be working with my tree, the tree is a little bit wider than my paper, so I'm going to hit the sides here. So what I did is I cut out I stuck down a postage and I cut out the corner here. So I know I've got to put my piece of paper into that corner. Now I also have to make sure that I'm going to attach my piece of paper, because otherwise it will go everywhere. Okay, I have positioned already my stamp, so this is where it's going to go. You put it on the piece of paper where you want it, and then you close it, and then it'll stick to there. And what we are going to use for my for stamping the tree is crumb cake. So let's ink it up. Okay, and because I know that that's where my piece of paper is, if I wanted to do a second one, I just put my piece of paper in the same place, ink it up, and there we go. We can stamp it again. So you close it and give it a good press, and we open it up, and there we have it. So all we need to do now for the other ones, but I have already done that, is replace a piece of paper. So you stick it down with post-its and into this little corner here of that post-it. Had I not stamped it properly, for example, I didn't ink it up properly or whatever, if I hadn't removed the post-its, I could have just opened it up, ink it up again and close it again, and it would have been in exactly the same place, right? So that's the handy thing of my thingy-majig. Okay, my contraption. So I have now here my my panel for all. Right, so now we're going to ink up our dictionary stamp, and I'm going to ink it up with crumb cake. For autumn, I'm using crumb cake in my background, and for all the others, I'm using other ones in the background, so I will tell you that in a moment. Okay, so I'm stamping it off, and now I'm putting my tree back, and I'm just giving it a gentle stamp. So the dictionary stamp, it's in there in the background, but it's not going to be overpowering. It's not going to sort of be the feature of the scene that we're creating. Now the next bit that we're doing is our leaves, and I'm going to ink those up in Mossy Meadow. Where is my Mossy Meadow? Here. There we go. That's kind of a dark green. For all the other months, I have used a lighter green. Just let's get rid of this here. Okay, so I'm just inking up and stamping the green. Next, what I'm going to do, because of autumn, there's lots of colours in the greenery on the leaves in the tree. So I'm going to Hello Honey, and I'm using the little flowers, so they look like those leaves anyway, so you can get away with putting those in between. So there we go, and a couple of that, and then I'll clean that here just on my stamping scrub there, and oh, it keeps coming off, it's not clean properly. Why? And then we go on to Tangelo Twist, just to give it that little sort of orangey leafy colour that you get in autumn. Okay, so we add those into the mix, Then what we need to do is the greenery on the ground. So I ink up my grass in Mossy Meadow. I stamp it off because that's far too dark, and I place it once, twice, stamp it again, stamp it off again, and then you sort of do it in the other direction. So that gives it sort of a little bit of a, see, that gives a little bit, yes, I like that. Okay, now in the autumn the leaves fall, so we want to represent that by making them fall. There we go. So that's the, oh, that little stamp has come off my thing again. Okay, and then we go on to here to bring some Hello Honey leaves, some yellow leaves. There we go. Now, one of the things that is in the stamp set as well is a little brush. So I've got the brush here. What I am looking for is my crumb cake, because of course, oh my word, I'll have a lot of ink pads open. So I'm going to close that one again and that one, because otherwise I'll get very confused. That one goes there. I've got them in piles ready to show you later on what I use on which thing. So there we go, that's Mossy Meadow on there. Then we need crumb cake, and we have our little brush which we are going to position right there. So you are, somebody's cleaning up the fallen leaves. Okay, so that is our autumn panel. Let me now show you and finish off all the other panels. Yes, I have written down on my little notes what I use, because otherwise I just can't remember it. So I've got them all here. So let me show you what I used for each one. So here, this is spring, and we are going to add some rose red flowers in the tree, because I'm thinking this is a cherry blossom or something like that on the tree. Okay, so we've got those. Then we are going to add with wild wasabi. So what have I done here? I have a crumb cake tree, which is everywhere. At each panel I have a crumb cake tree. The background is soft sky for the dictionary stamp. Then this here is wild wasabi. The leaves are wild wasabi, and now I'm adding rose red. So now I'm using wild wasabi to put those little flowers in. See? The little flowers, and then they do match up. You just have to have a close look at them. They do match up. Right, so that's that. And we also have a swing. So where is my crumb cake? Because in crumb cake I'm now going to add the swing, and it needs to go sort of like that, because that's how it lines up with the tree. So that's spring finished. Then let's go on to winter. That's what I've got ready here. We have winter here. Now for winter, again, I did crumb cake for the tree. The background is soft sky in second generation stamping. And this, would you believe it, is Lost Lagoon in third and fourth generation stamping. Right? So what we are going to do now, I need to clean that little stamp of those little flowers. Just making sure that nothing is left on it, because that's what happens when you use yellow, you know, Hello Honey and other things, and then see, it was still a bit in there. So I just need to clean this up. Where is my spray? Let's just give it a good scrub. Right, now it should be clean. There we go. See, that's what you want. And of course now it's come off because I've put too much liquid on it. There we go. Excellent. So we have those little flowers. I'm just going to put that into the tree just to fill it up a little bit. Just to give it a little bit of a, you know, like snow-covered leaves, so to speak. And then somewhere here is those, in the stamp set as well, are those little snowflakes. So I'm just going to put those all over as if they're falling down, see? And on the ground as well, lots on them on the ground. there we go. So that's our winter done. Then we go on to summer, and this is summer. So I've done summer in Pear Pizzazz, so crumb cake for the tree, Pear Pizzazz second generation for the dictionary stamp, then for the grass again Pear Pizzazz, and the trees Pear Pizzazz, and here this is Tangelo Twist. Oh, the trees, what am I saying? Yes, the little grass, the flowers is Pear Pizzazz. So what we are going to add here is a bike. So I have grey, basic grey, and I'm going to ink it up really well. This is a different type of ink pad, it seems. So let's put the bike against the tree like that, right? And then what I would like to do is I've got the Tangelo Twist, and I'm going to make the tree, the bars of the tree, so to speak. I don't know what they're called, the framework. I'm going to make those Tangelo Twist, just like the flowers. So that's our summer done. And we had already done autumn, so if I close up all the ink pads, I think we're there. Right, so let me just put all this to the side and bring out my base card. So this is the base with my 4 panels, and I have here spring, summer, autumn and winter. So all we need to do now is assemble. And this, yes, I had stamped this previously and then I decided to redo it. Why? Don't ask me. Okay, so that one is done and that one goes on to here. And you have nice borders all round. So again, onto there. This card still fits in, oh, that needs to come off again. This card still fits in an envelope. It's a bit bigger. No, the envelope is a bit too big. So if you want to, you can just put it in a normal size envelope. I'll show you, it does fit in, look. But if you think, I would like to have the correct size envelope, then keep watching. I will be posting a tutorial on how to make an envelope for this card, right? So I'll put it into another tutorial. I don't want to make this one too long. And then you can see how I made the envelope as well. Which, at this moment in time, I still haven't made. So, I'll have to... I stamped it skew if there, the dictionary, so I redid it. That's the good thing about using paper. There's always the emergency side on the other side. And once you've stuck it down, nobody's going to know. So there we go. And there we are. So that's our card, ready for the envelope. See, it fits in an envelope. Yes, like I said, it doesn't completely fit. I'll be doing another tutorial for this envelope, but I hope you enjoyed this card, and I hope you give it a try because it's good fun. It's making nice little panels with different seasonal things, but obviously I've used quite a lot of colours. I've used a different green for every, for all these ones. So to be honest, you don't have to do that. You can do them with less colours. But, work with what you've got and see what you can come up with. Thank you very much for watching. Do like my video and I'll see you next time. Bye!